Hey buddies, welcome to Video Games Awesome Live. Today we're checking out Stories, The Path of Destinies, which is in its preview state. This was the build that we looked at PAX
Sweet.
South. This is coming soon, and I'm not sure if there's a hard date yet, but they promised early spring, or I think something like that.
I did not confirm.
But
Q1. They say
Q1, so sometime soon. I didn't play a lot of the set packs, but it only took a second to realize how, I guess, in tune I was with the gameplay.
All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
Clearly Lapino. That guy looks nuts. Of course you go for him.
I like the name. It's like Lapin, like rabbit.
Yeah, Lapino and Renardo. I guess it maybe have some... so this is made by a Montreal studio, Spearhead Games, which you may remember made Tiny Brains, the sort of party co-op game. Our Turbo Buddy today is brought to you by, just let me make sure,
I was just
an
gonna
interesting
ask.
username. No, wait, never mind. Who is it? Orlando did it. Space Jello over on Twitter, and with a little bit of credit goes to who did the sword. I grabbed the sword from Lindsay Turlington and the pipe.
Space Jello, are you in our shadow chat right now? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's you.
There you go. So yeah, this is our Turbo Buddy representation of Renardo.
Very nice.
Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own.
Look at the
Lapino always
Pegasus.
wiggled out of trouble given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
So, gameplay-wise, you guys will be pleasantly surprised, I think, here. First of all, the game runs in Unreal.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Another thing to note is that in this particular build, we've got a partially upgraded character, and I'm not sure how I actually get to that info. But down below is the stamina meter. Up top, you see your sword charge, and you have multiple swords in the game. I can only seem to
Really have one.
get to one right now. Health, obviously.
Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Renato.
Is that referring to something? I think because he's using a fire sword. Because if you press R2, that happens. But let's get to fighting.
That's exactly what Fraser said looking at it. It looks like Bastion.
Yeah, and it plays a bit
There was
like
a
it.
cat in this one. Something useful.
Where'd the cat go?
Yeah, I don't understand. Where's the cat? And then he said cats are useless.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where I guess you can buy. So yeah, oh, I can up. So I currently have this. That's why he said he's a firefox, because it was a firestorm.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna upgrade.
His trusty old sword was always a little better when he sharpened it.
And then this place also had... All right, now I have 2 swords. No, I only have 1. I'm not sure why, because I remember being able to select between them.
Yeah, maybe eventually we'll get
Maybe.
them.
And then under gems, you got... What's this all about? Wow. So there's all kinds of crazy crap you can do, like...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But let's get to fighting. Oh, not yet. Here's where you upgrade your character, and this has already been done. So like a hook shot's been unlocked.
Dash, the first and second levels.
Yeah, dash, a supernatural dash, and then
Did you see how to do
there's a
that?
slowdown for counters and stuff like that. And I'm actually not sure how to counter. If anybody, I think I didn't read the guide properly. But, I mean, time seems to slow down every time I fight these guys. Check it out. See that? Like, there's slight...
Yeah.
So you're gonna notice that he fights a little bit like Siri. He's got the blink effect, because it's been unlocked for this preview build.
Sweet, you've got the counter going, too.
Yeah, there's a
Like
combo.
a super solid combo
I'm
counter.
gonna use R2 and see what that
No,
does.
do it! Oh, you're at 20. Sweet move. Your stamina regenerates over time.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Raven's call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
So yeah, as far as the controls go, that's probably why I'm covering this today, is because I picked it up and it's been rare that at a convention I so naturally and quickly start just hacking and slashing and looking good while doing it.
Yeah.
It really works.
That's some buttery smooth animation.
It really is. So I'm just going to take a moment to just look at the notes that they sent me, because I think they may have included in there how to counter properly, and I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Alright, so apparently I was doing everything kind of the way you're supposed to, according to the streamer's guide that they sent me, because oh, this is secret, maybe? But you noticed from my skill tree that I did have unlocked time slowdown when countering, and you'll be noticing as I'm fighting, time slows down. So apparently I am countering. I just don't know how I'm doing
I
it.
really hated inanimate objects.
Yo, grab that shit.
What is this?
Grab that.
Who
what
are you
is it?
looking at?
It's health. I don't
right.
Oh, energy.
No one.
There you go. Can I get in there? No, I can't.
Thank you, I can ask you that.
The village was silent, empty. No cows lowed, no chickens clucked. It was eerie. The villagers had fled from the fleet, taking everything they could. They must have heard what the Ravens did to civilians. Reynardo hoped they'd found safety.
So it sounds like this is something I didn't even know when I was at PAX. It has narration.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So that also adds a huge amount of production value to the game immediately, if it's fully narrated throughout.
So you can't fall down in these spaces, right?
Yeah, I
Either?
tried, and I don't
Okay.
think I can.
Got fire essence 1, 3, or 1 water essence.
So that's used to upgrade your sword, and I recall being able to switch swords in the when I was at PAX. But I can't right now for whatever reason.
Gotta be a slightly different build then.
I guess. Or,
Also, you guys couldn't see whenever the fighting summary came up, it said that we were level 8. Just
Oh,
to
so
give
we're
you an
already level
idea
8, yeah.
of where we're at.
Because yeah, I was saying at PAX, like, we already feel OP, like Siri OP.
You were also comparing at PAX the combat style to Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
it has that feeling, except for the fact that, I mean, it's hard to... It's got that fluent feeling, although I'll stop at the fact that counters don't seem to work the same way, because I've been expecting to have to counter in Batman style.
Yeah.
I'm playing this in like the slowest possible, most methodical way, which doesn't make sense because I'm level 8, overpowered, which they actually, I think, acknowledged it was made easy for PAX.
Yeah.
And
which is very smart.
And this isn't a save I'll be using to beat the game, so why am I collecting resources?
Because you're with me and I'll get mad
No,
at you?
it's me too, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I went in here, I had the fire sword.
Hold R2 to get that one? Wait, no.
Yeah, it's something.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
I can't get through
If
because
only it's some kind
you
of
need your
magic
fire
ice
sword.
I think there's something maybe glitching with my selecting my weapon. I think it's just not registering.
Press square right now. It says wrong sword.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Can you only change it at workbenches?
No, you can switch it. It's obviously this key is working because it works in here. Holding R2 just uses my ability. It doesn't let me switch. Yeah, something's derpy going on. I was actually playing this earlier and I was able to switch my sword too. I might need to restart, which sucks because you have to re-watch the whole thing. This is what I'm doing, guys. Yeah,
The D-pad.
that's what I'm doing to try to... Let me see if I can... Oh! Well, it seems there's plenty to do without going through that area
Yeah.
yet. I'll do this. And that didn't help me. Oh, thanks, Windows. I needed to know that. Fuck off. It's weird not being able to jump. I keep on wanting to jump.
So dash uses about 1 bar of stamina. I wonder if you can increase your stamina meter throughout the game. Slow-mo.
See that slow-mo there?
Yeah. Oh my god, the combo counter is so satisfying.
Bernardo was
Oh, yeah.
remembering all his old tricks and some new ones.
And that was without even using my
To
sword's
ask for
power.
raise.
Which I don't know what it is. It just makes my sword glow. It must make it more powerful while it's
Doesn't
in
it
use.
give you health?
Is that what it's doing? What?
Bernardo felt like he was ready to learn new things.
Ah, because I
Thank
leveled
goodness
up.
he didn't have to go to school for that.
Oh.
Awesome. It keeps going whenever you go into this menu.
I can't seem to be able to... Where does it say? It says 1 skill point available, and now I can't seem to navigate this, unfortunately. So yeah, this is why developers are apprehensive to give you anything but the final build. You guys, I'll reiterate, this is a preview build. It's not ready to ship.
Yes.
That's weird, because I was in here earlier looking through all this stuff, and now I can't. But yeah, because this is a preview stream, I'm not going to be playing this for an extensive amount of time. I just basically wanted you guys to see what I saw at PAX, which is a really pretty game that I hadn't heard about yet, which it tells me that it's not getting enough press.
Yeah.
Because I know everything. No, I don't. Don't know about a lot of great games, but
It looks pretty damn impressive for a preview build. It looks really satisfying, and the sounds of the combat.
Yeah, the sound is great.
The
Ooh,
music.
I hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and lobbed pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
The music is really well done. It's like nice ambience.
People like Becky would like this because you don't have to use the camera.
Yes,
Becky hates using the camera.
I really do. I just need
Renato felt a
to
chill
get
run
better
down
at
his
it.
back. Or possibly a flea.
Will this altar work? Yeah, I seem to have lost the ability to... That's alright, I'm OP.
Frankensuppy too. That's why I love it. I hate the camera.
Still wrong sword.
Shall we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
So what I'm hoping to do before I end this preview is to... I want to get zoomed in on like a cinematic or something because the game is highly detailed. Like the polys and stuff are more detailed than they need to be at the length, the distance that you're watching it. So it has the potential to zoom in and have really awesome cutscenes or cinematic moments. And I'm wondering if they included any in this preview. A boss battle would be fun. Who's this guy?
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino.
Oh, sweet.
The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter.
And hot.
That would be worth it. On the other hand,
Look
he could
at
still
those
get to the
eyes.
core
Oh yeah,
of the
I failed to mention
Even
how
if he couldn't
furry
get the
friendly
whole
this
thing,
game is if you're one of those.
It must have great power.
It seems like it. Pick on Zenobia or, of course.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's
So you have
daughter, of
choices
course.
to go in the game like...
She'd been Renato's best
maybe that's why it's
friend
called
in swordfish
stories.
school.
Yeah.
And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew.
Of course,
But
a
she
cat and
never
a
told
fox,
him
why
what
wouldn't
she
they?
really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans. Chuckled the master spy.
I wonder
She
how much
won't
the
give
story
them up
diverges.
Yeah.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right.
Because evidently
Lapino.
we wouldn't have found out
Taking
about her
her
if we hadn't gone
would
after
change the
Le Pen.
game, all
So, Lapino.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that was the first. Maybe we'll try again and we'll go the opposite direction and maybe hopefully we'll get our sword to work. So give me a second. I'm just gonna reload the game and hopefully that will help with things.
The devs at Prime explained that you're encouraged to play the game multiple times using knowledge in the story branches for further choices.
Nice.
Now it was time to choose. Lapino
Here we are back to choose
or the
again.
Sky Ripper.
This time we're gonna go after the Sky Ripper.
Sky Ripper, Sky Ripper.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had
Let me see
he
these obscene rituals,
somehow
please.
Summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the
Visuals.
earth. It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it. As he set foot on the isle,
Ooh.
Renato could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper?
Oh, God.
Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Making me feel like a real shithead.
Yeah, it's interesting that they are like even telling you that this is kind of not what the character would do.
Yeah.
So the issue we had earlier, I'm able to now initiate the sound
yes,
effect.
You are.
It even
I'm changing the weapon.
changed the sword for like a split second. Did you see
I saw
that?
the blink.
Something derpy.
Hey. Hey. I'm a firefox, thought Renato.
Okay.
That ought to be enough for a proper sword, he thought.
Do I want a wind sword?
We've collected some wind essence.
So I think this game is coming to PS4 as well as PC. I'm not sure about Xbox. I didn't read up on that. But they recommended using the PlayStation 4 for the preview build here.
Get all the ingredients for a pretty nifty sword.
5 ore, 1 wind essence.
It's
is what we
possible
got.
what's going on here is that the driver that I use to use the PS4 controller is conflicting with it.
PS4 and Steam is what they said. No plans for Xbox.
I still don't know how that works, the PS4 controllers. I downloaded a driver that like makes it work. But then you got all these games that natively support it, so can you just plug it in without a driver? Maybe I'm fucking it up by using a driver when I don't need to nowadays or something, I don't know.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber. Strength, really bring out your eyes.
Nice work. Level
So that
8
was
again.
me using my fire sword. So it seems that you have to press and hold R2. Windows 10 has native now, so maybe I'm fucking it up by having that driver open. The driver's mainly to disguise it as an Xbox controller for games that don't support. That might be what's happening here then. Well, we seem to be getting along without it, so I'll continue.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let's see what happens when they see me. Ah, they're powerful.
Get him in the butt. Oh, sweet. That's
You
satisfying.
blinked.
It's nice to see games natively supporting.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
It's a good thing I have this equipped. The DS4 because it's the best controller.
That was new.
Shots
Most people
fired.
still use doorknobs.
Wait, do you want to go through or do you want to go to the back?
I don't give a fuck.
You want to go through.
What's there?
This is probably a secret. Well, not secret. It was a glowing door.
Shall we dance? Good.
So I'm gonna experiment a little bit here to see if I can figure out how countering works. Like he has, I think countering just works with your attack. When you see a guy, you attack him next when you see the exclamation mark above their heads, and that will create a counter. Because in the instructions, if you time it right though.
Okay.
Here, I'll do it with the next guy. Oh, whoa. I've still got a counter going. Yeah, I got him there apparently. I got the timing right. But the slowdown animation and the feeling of the slowdown is really satisfying feeling.
Cool.
Cowards. Really dangerous.
You also don't seem to lose your combo if you miss a guy, as long as you just get there in time for the next countdown.
Right.
So you can swing a couple times and miss as long as you hit him before the timer is gone.
That's cool.
So yeah, they seem to have, I guess, they simplified There is no counter button. It's just... Online it said square was block/attack, and here it says hold to grab. Let's try a grab.
Right.
Oops. I haven't even used my hook shot.
That the Transcendent Emperor had used the Sky Ripper to defeat and exile the gods before time. But the legends were vague on what precisely it did.
The Truth of the Sky Ripper. So there's got some lore here. Maybe I'll read that on my real playthrough of the game.
Can I just see what's in that? Oh, it's candles.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things.
Ah, there you
Thank
go.
goodness he didn't have to go
I
to
think this is
school
what's
for that.
going on. Look at this. I skip one. I think there's something with that driver going. It's like duplicating the presses, so I'm getting a double left and right, and that's why I'm never being able to get my proper sword. I was able to like fudge it there. But anyways, you've got a ton of skills in here. I don't think I can afford anything. Oh, I can up my strength right now if I wanted to. Increase maximum stamina. Or run faster. Movement speed can go up to 100% faster.
But he missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like he was at a reunion.
I'm definitely faster.
Nice.
Hey, let the fire sword use this. But it was green. I thought I'd need a green sword. What about this one? Wrong sword. Blue? No.
I love that dash. Yikes.
These things really slice like ham.
You are so OP in this build.
Well, it's crazy because, yeah. I was gonna say you're only level 8, but you have all these upgrades already.
I feel like this is the beginning of the game and they've made you level 8, so
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll be more challenging. But regardless, it is satisfying feeling.
It looks satisfying. Ooh, bigger baddies.
Come over here.
That was my quote. Come over here, he says, not get over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Renato should let them hit him once in a while, just to keep their hopes up.
The good, the bad, and the grunt is the achievement.
A puzzle.
Boo.
Not puzzles.
Yeah.
Except you couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
You puzzled it perfect, Fraser.
Thank you. What a puzzling puzzle.
You're just really good at it.
My puzzle muscle
Renato
hurts.
had been to a dungeon once where all the chests had teeth and eyes. It had been a short visit. What else could you hook?
Seems that these can be hooked.
Nice.
What's this for?
And this is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
It is interesting that they only paid one voice actor, eh? I wonder if he does female voices too.
Kind of like how Deacon does female voices.
Yeah.
There it was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How is it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart a core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions.
Go like this, I guess.
She must be encamped there still.
Yeah.
But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all.
So the question is,
He'd
if
already
I go
sacrificed
after
one
her
friend to get
now,
this armature.
are
Was
there
it?
two different versions of
didn't
going
need
after
to
her?
hurry
One
to
where
face her.
Lupino is present
There
and one
has
where
to
he
be, because
isn't?
Lupino is in the picture with her, right?
Yeah, so now... See how it...
Renato asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia.
Okay.
He'd no idea. Sometimes he would.
See, even the game is saying, hey, you were going after the Skyripper, why are you suddenly not?
Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero.
So it's
That's neat.
definitely interesting. Like, the potential for this. I wonder how long it is. We didn't ask them.
No.
But, it could be really ambitious if they made this very long. Yeah, that was totally confusing the narrator. So there it is. That's an early preview build. Don't chalk up any of those technical issues to the actual final product, because, again, I think in this case it was my fault, though, running the driver in the background. But there is that mechanic. You can change swords to get through different areas, and I'm sure that based on that thing that we saw, 4 different swords, I'm sure that enemies actually are weaker to certain swords. That probably is a huge part of the gameplay as well. I really want to see a boss battle and like some of the other gameplay in it.
Yeah.
But a lot of potential. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with, and really cool to see from a developer like Spearhead 2 extremely different games.
Oh yeah.
Going from Tiny Brains to this.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. This was Stories, the Path of Destiny's early alpha, beta, or whatever the fuck it was, PAX preview build. See you next time.